Hey there, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel, whichever may be the case for you. My name is Matt. I am an old man, and I like ranking things. And right now I have a cold, and I'm doing everything I can to just keep myself warm. But that won't stop me from doing some rankings. And today we're ranking aespa, ITZY, BLACKPINK, and IVE. Welcome to those respective fandoms. What would that be? My Dive, Midzy, and Blink. Yes. So we're in our 7th week now out of a 10 total that we're going to do. And after I do these rankings against each other, then I will break each of these groups into their own separate rankings and do those, and we'll do 4 more groups as far as ranking against each other head-to-head on Tuesdays. Please let me know in the comments what for any of the groups you would like to see me pit in the next group of 4. Whatever your preference will be, I probably will take suggestions, at least on a couple of the groups. I do kind of want to do Billy, and I do kind of want to do Inmix, and I do kind of want to do Le Seraphim. But if more of you outrule any of those 3 with additional requests, then I will do whatever it is you wish. Well, maybe. I'm an old man. I can be stubborn. In the meantime, let's look at our current rankings as they stand with these 4 groups, aespa, IVE, ITZY, and BLACKPINK. And I'll just scroll down through the list. You can see Drama is currently at number 1. There's a couple of IVEs up in the top 10. And we have Afterlike as the last cut by IVE, which just barely lost out to Black Mamba. So, what are we going to do this week? Well, it is request week. You all have been putting in your comments what you want me to do. And so that's what we're going to do. Last week, BLACKPINK finished with the highest of the rankings. And this time around, we're going to be starting off with them with Kill This Love. Let's get into it. Just so you know, I will be sometimes pausing. I know that some people don't like pausing. I have to do it in order to figure out what I like or dislike about a song. Sometimes I will blow into this. I know a lot of people don't like this. It's what I have to do in order to determine whether I like or dislike a song. Once I internalize it enough to where I can play it, then I can fully understand how much I appreciate it. So, if that's not your thing, totally understood. But that's what we're going to be doing. In the meantime, BLACKPINK, Kill This Love. Okay. This has like 2 billion views, by the way. Whoa. Jenny came on strong there at the beginning. MV too. Jenny scares the crap out of me. QD. So far, nothing but G. Lisa has a flow going. I love those corn rolls. Is that what those are? Lisa? Rose, pardon me. Okay, a lot of D minor in there. The bridge or pre-chorus or whatever you want to call it did have a couple of other chords. It had a B flat to a G minor, to the D minor, but I love this walk up with a C over E to an F, getting back to the B flat. Back just a little bit, get the big hook. By the way, these horns, you know what they remind me of? They remind me of Jump, because I remember Jump well. A little bit higher in pitch, but it's almost the same kind of, I'm not going to say it's, I think it's a synth sound in Jump as well. I could be wrong, but they sound like synth horns to me. It's just a little bit too much uniformity in the bend of each note for it not to be a synth. They always have these catchy little tricky tongue phrases. Jenny, stop! Lisa, stop! Maybe it'd be helpful to figure out. Force myself to hide my tears. Are they standing on the trigger of a bear trap?
We all commit to life that makes you cry.
Totally changed the feel, and I love it. I love this marching snare drum thing. Now 4 on the floor to build the energy. Is that a combination of the horns and them singing yeah or something like that? Hey, I really enjoyed that. It doesn't have a whole lot of chord variety, which you know is something that I usually judge a lot of things on. But it did change. The chords did change, and the changes were interesting. The performances are all fantastic, typical BLACKPINK performances. Jenny and Lisa's flows were incredible. Jisoo and Rosé singing was incredible. I mean, it's kind of what you expect, right? Let's rank it. Okay, so in order for you to be able to differentiate what we're doing this week, I've put them in italics here. We're going to go to the top and see what we got. I already can tell you I don't like it as much as 11, so let's start there. I don't like it as much as Bet On Me, Trust Me, Shine With Me. Happiest Girl kind of had a similar lyrical theme. I'm over you. I'm not going to let you know that sometimes you still upset me. Boombayah is what I'm looking at. Do I like this one better than Boombayah or not? Talk about consistency. I mean, I'm going to put it above. Look at all of those BLACKPINK songs in a row. Well, okay. I mean, you gotta love that. Sure, they're not in the top 10, but if I gave each of these points according to the number of spots that they're going to have, like number 1 would have 40 points, number 40 would have 1 point. I mean, that's racking up some points there. Having 1, 2, 3, 4 in the top 15. And a couple in the top 5. BLACKPINK is faring quite well with total points wise. Let's see. What are we going to do next? We're going to do Cake by ITZY because ITZY finished second last week. Let's do it. Okay, I think I have captions finally set correctly. Sorry, I didn't get those on the BLACKPINK ones. So here we go with Cake. I like that horn section sample, and it's doing a sounds like a sustain on the yeah. So that's like a G7 right there. A G. To a C. I know I've said this on videos before here, but one of the things that always gets me is when you're in the upper register, you have to be able to resolve a 4 to a 3 well. It's the most important because it's the thing that creates the most tension and release. If you can do that well, then you've won me over. Cheryong just won me over. And I love that. Whatever that little horn line was. The chords have been over my head, so we don't need to go any further on that. But man, that was really cool. And again, Cheryong, you could do that all day. I'll be happy with it. Oh, that's Ryujin's magic right there. She can make a chair float in the air for 10 seconds. All right, Yuna. Oh! Nice. They're kind of substituting some chords in there between the 1 and the 4. Oh, Leah, thank goodness you're okay. Okay, I loved that little progression. To a B minor. So it's G to B minor, to E minor, to a C. In all of those cases, only one note has to change for the voicing. That's what you call smooth voice leading. Now, one of the things that I did really like, it sounded like in one of those chords, instead of a B minor, from here to here, they did a B7 or a B natural. So it's like that, which would actually tonicize the E minor a little better than the B minor would. But it gets it kind of outside the key, more into the E minor key than the G key, and then to the C. I love that they're using 7th chords too. On some of the verses, like the C is not just a straight C. They're also adding the B flat to that C, which makes it a dominant 7 chord, which makes it sound a little bluesier. Let's keep going. Back just a little bit. And back to that. There's the C7 chord. So that they can sing the B flat note and it fits the chord beautifully. I don't know why the ref was calling a whistle. It's an addition of a B flat chord. Yeah, so a lot of the choruses have been going between G and C, but in this case, they've doubled up the time. And sometimes they'd end in a B flat chord, which I really liked. That gave it just enough difference to make it feel more like a bridge rather than just a verse. All right, Yeji. All right, Leah. All right, Ryujin. Ryujin also terrifies me. Sometimes.
Oh.
I love this. The change of instrumentation and the lightness of Chaeryeong's voice. Can we all just appreciate how much versatility Yeji really has? She can power belt. She can sing light like that. She can rap her ass off. She's got a lot of talent. They all have a lot of talent, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I go, oh, that's Yeji doing something completely different than what she was doing 2 minutes ago. Just because she can. Way to go, Yeji. This is a cute video, too. Why the raincoats? Why are they on an assembly line? I don't get music videos, guys. I'm an old. I don't understand what they're referencing half the time. I really like that song. I know I was talking a lot through the end, but yeah, that works for me. If the concept was to be as cute as possible and still have a lot of fun things musically happening, mission accomplished. Let's rank it. Okay, once again, I'm starting at the top and working my way down. I think I like this one. You know what? Pretty sure I like this one better than Kill This Love. So let's just start there. Do I like it better than Savage? Savage is very stank-facey. This is the exact opposite of that. So it's kind of hard to compare them. Is Happiest Girl a more powerful song? Yes, to me it is. But does it have the catchability, you know, that it factor, that earworm factor? For me, it was the horn thing. That will make me want to listen to it again, just to see how that fits in with everything again. I'm going here. I'm going at number 10 with Cake. No, you don't get an 11 too. You only get the 10. All right. That is excellent. So far, we're doing much better this week than we were last week. Last week, we were down in the low teens a lot. This week, so far, we're not. Accendio by IVE. All of these are requests, by the way. Either on my Patreon or comments that you all left on YouTube. And I appreciate you doing that. Continue to do that. I'm going to have to film a whole bunch of these in a row because I have some obligations coming up. And I'm going to try and power through them, even though I'm not feeling well. But yes, I definitely want to hear from you what you want to hear. And then once we break these out into the 4 groups, I will actually start to go in release order for each of the groups. But they will retain their rankings that they got in this particular series. I'll just renumber them 1 through 10 rather than where they might be spread out all over the place. But they'll be in the same order. Okay, Accendio by IVE. Okay, IVE Accendio. Is this like a magic thing? Or wasn't that the Harry Potter thing? I don't know much about IVE's lore either. I probably ought to look into that before I start putting them in their own ranking group, right? Right now, it may not be quite as important because I'm just comparing them to other songs by other artists. But once I start ranking them against themselves, that might become important. I'm sorry, I've been a bad dive. I'll do better. I promise. Why do they put those 12s up in the corner? Oh, I love that synth sound.
Dear priest, 고백할 게 있어. 피한 방울과 tears. 그저 연극일 뿐. 이건 내미란 도배. 아름답지만 born back. 예측하지만 no way.
C minor, okay. Oh, G over B, B flat, F over A, yes. I love chromatic lines like that. Okay, Real quick. C minor to G over B to B flat to probably F7 over A. That is your standard chromatic minor line. Been happening since, well, at least since My Funny Valentine back in the when was that? When was that part of the musical? The 1930s? 1930s or 40s? And probably used even earlier than that in classical music. Probably most romantic periods, which is back to the 1800s. But it still works. Why is that? Why are some chord progressions just so good that they still work, even after a couple of hundred years? Don't know. I don't have the answer to that, but I know that they do. Let's continue. That's an A flat. That's an F7. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, that's a B flat. Okay. To a G, to a B flat, to an F. C minor, G7, B flat, F. Here's the thing. When you do an A, the thing that I love most about switching back and forth between a flat 6 but then a major 4 is because this note changes to this note. And that gives everything a whole different feeling. So when you go from the A flat, rather than going to the F, just the F minor, because that just feels like a continuation of the A flat, right? But you raise that note up a half step, and now it's got a whole bunch of different other places that it can go. And that makes it much more exciting. And then the chorus, I think this is the chorus, just sounded like C to G to B flat to F. Another typical chord progression that always works. I love that. Their vocals are always so well produced. Motion is pure. The gaze is love. Oh. Ooh. I don't understand the lyrics. Oh, I'm just gonna be with you, I guess. Oh, and you have to come along with how I'm growing. Okay. Well, that spells it out. I love. Oh wait, fight scene. Their videos are always interesting too. They do a lot of cool choreography things and just concept things. Oh, I love the way that sound travels from one ear to the other. It's somebody just doing do's. Watch me, don't touch me. Okay, that was cool. They just let the bass player walk around on a C minor. But it was that kept traveling between your ears. What a great mixing job. The production team for IVE is really, 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 really good. That's the thing, is like, even if you don't get excited by the chords, you always get excited by the mix. Okay, this is a magical item that they're all fighting for, huh? Wow. Yes, because that's where you put a magical item, in the refrigerator. Gotta keep it cool, baby. They're all gone. Oh no, they're back at the fridge. Oh, it's gone. It's on a timer. It just moves around the world from spot to spot. Oh, great. And now kids found it. Maybe it's in safe hands like this. Unless she accidentally zaps somebody with it. Are they mad or are they happy about that? Quite the production, that one. I loved it. I love the musicality of it. Oh my gosh, it's so dramatic. And the vocals are always so well produced by IVE. They have this real, they create this real sense of space in the way that they mix them. They can sound, sometimes it feels like they're whispering right in your ear. Sometimes it feels like they're, 50 feet behind you in a cavern screaming at you. Yeah, whatever reverb modules and things that and vocal processing that they're doing on those. Not to change the pitch. I'm not talking about that kind of vocal processing. I'm just talking about your regular vocal effects chain. Choruses and reverbs and things like that. They get that crap down. Let's rank it. Well, ITZY's still got a couple in the top 10, even if I do what I think I'm about to do. Because I don't like it quite as much as 11, but I think I do like it better than the two ITZY songs that follow. That was a banger. I would listen to that 3 times in a row, no hesitation. There's a lot to take in, more so production-wise than actual harmony-wise. But that's a quest all its own, Really dig it. So what do we got left here? aespa, yeah, they didn't do so well last week, but they're up next with Supernova, which was requested. Thank you for your request, by the way. Here comes Supernova. Okay, I have heard this song many, many times, but I'll be listening to it with some intensity this time, more so than I have any other time. To me, this song and video are very overwhelming. Anytime I listen to it, I go, whoa! But sometimes that distracts me from actually listening to what's going on. So let's see if I can keep that from happening this time. Right from the get-go, too. I mean, Yeah.
I'm like some kind of supernova. Watch out.
Actually, Karina, you're more like a meteorite in that case. Light the core. So hot, hot, hot. I take it that they're superheroes. The lyrics aren't making much sense to me. Oh. Okay, so they're the dangers. Okay, love that. Just kind of goes between a 1 and the flat 2, right? And then for most of the verse there. There are some things that they do interesting with vocal harmonies. Things like suspended 7th chords and things like that. But it's really just the 2 chords. And then here in the chorus, I think it just, the only difference is it goes from E to F to D minor, which is really just a substitute for the F. You know what that music reminds you of? Go listen to any version of Hava Nagila. That chord progression has been used for thousands of years. Or at least 1,000 years. In the Middle East. There's nothing wrong with it. Any chord progression that lasts that long, there must be something very right with it, right? Love the little risers and everything leading up to those breaks. That synth sound is exquisite. Doing the actual chords. So they're doing major chords, which is really cool. Because it sounds so dark, but it's being done with major chords.
Make it feel too right.
That's major. And the chords are actually still outlining the D minor too. That's that resolution again, guys. That's that 4-3 resolution. You gotta do that well. Every K-pop song has one. That was perfect. It's my favorite resolution. And it always makes me almost emotional. Perfect.
Supernova.
And I love this. I still can't figure it out if that's an actual picking guitar or if it's a synth that's just a sample of a picking guitar. But man, it works. With my invisible force, should I reach out my hand to you? Oh. All the possible. Okay, Giselle has the power over time. She's rewound time back. Because we didn't get the dance break in earlier. With all the shiny blingy things. This video overwhelms me. Oh, I love that cascading in the choreography. I love things like that. Winter is flying. Okay? Yeah. Oh, what a great harmony line too. I'm glad they had her flying while they did that. Is that Ning Ning? This part I don't get. It's a little creepy. It feels fake. I don't know if it's actual AI, but it looks AI. Which I'm not a big fan of. And the force of the blast just whisks them away. aespa. Alright. Okay, SM. Yeah, it's you. We get it. Wow. I mean, the energy in this song is so unreal. The way they subdivide with 16ths and everything. Like I said, I don't know if that guitar is actually a guitar. It does sound like an actual guitar. But when it gets into that upper higher octave, I don't know if they just used a pitch thing to bring it up an octave and change some formants around so that it wouldn't sound too screwy. But it doesn't quite sound as much like a guitar when it's in that upper octave as when it's in the lower octave. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it was just the timbre of the guy's guitar. That happens. Or the timbre of the amp only carrying certain frequencies, which makes it sound like that. I don't understand the lyrics of this song. I guess what it means is I'm like a supernova. I'm the biggest explosion you'll ever experience. Hey, you want to join in? I guess that's the point of the song. I'll tell you what, explain to me what this song is about in the comments below. It won't change my ranking of it, really. I'm not really considering the lyrics too much with this one. Because I already kind of know where I think it's going to go. I'll let you know when we rate it right now. Okay, so we'll have a total of 28 songs done. The one thing I have against this song is nothing really changes too much harmonically. It's pretty much just E, F, and an occasional D minor. The performances around that particular structure, totally cool. I already know I like Accendio better than that. I like Bet On Me better than that. I like the Trust Me Mitzi. I like Shine With Me better than that. Do I like Cake better than that? No. I like this better than Cake, for sure. Alright, so there are our rankings for this particular week. Let's see. Drama, Baddie, Shutdown, Next Level. How do you like that? 11. Accendio, a new arrival. Bet on Me, Trust Me, Mitzi, Shine With Me, Supernova, a new arrival. Cake, a new arrival. The Happiest Girl, Savage, Kill This Love, a new arrival. All of the new arrivals got in the top 15, which is going to be harder to do with each week that passes. Boombaya by BLACKPINK, Playing With Fire, My World by aespa, Boys Like You by ITZY, Wannabe by ITZY, Whistle, Heya, Spicy, Dala Dala, Love Dive, Icy, Black Mamba, and Afterlike. It's been a good week. I really enjoyed all these songs. Okay, I'm going to be perfectly honest. All 20 of these songs, 28 of these songs, I've really enjoyed. I think they're fabulous. I think they're all amazing. There's no way that I wouldn't listen to them all again. There's been no skips, I don't think, on this one, out of this particular ranking series. And there probably won't be, because these are, I got a feeling that these groups, even their B-sides, are really, really strong. So, next time, we'll do another ranking. If there are some requests left over, I will try and work them in next week as well. I know that the 10th week, the final week, we're going to do just whatever their latest thing is, which I believe IVE will have a new one out by then, for sure. They will have, is it going to be called Bang Bang? But I'll be covering that separately. I still might include it as the most recent one of the ranking, though, simply because I feel like I should, since it will be the most recent. And then aespa's Rich Man, I guess, would be the last one there. BLACKPINK's Jump. Although they've got another one coming out, too. It may be a different one by the time I get there as well. So this is going to be exciting. Thanks for sticking with me. A like and a subscribe would be wonderful. And there's some extra stuff that I do for like aespa and some other groups on my Patreon. If you want to check that out, the link is in the description below. Most of the stuff, especially ranking-wise, is for free. You don't have to become a paid member to see any of that. Thanks a lot. Take care.